workshop time. Lester, the sponsor, we respect dearly. I've heard that he attended a speech contest on Monday, and he's going to conduct a workshop on evaluation tips and techniques with us. Please welcome Lester.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm going to talk about something today that is even more scary than Halloween to a lot of you.
Wow.
Ooh, and that's to do an evaluation.
Wow.
For a lot of new members, that strikes a chord of fear. Oh my gosh, am I qualified to do an evaluation? How do I do an evaluation? Well, never fear, because here's what we're going to talk about today, how to do the evaluation. I'd like to talk about iron sharpening iron. How many of you have ever gone to the street market where they're killing the chickens? You see the butcher, right? He takes one knife, rubs it against the other, and makes it sharper. And that is the spirit of when we gather together at Toastmasters. Because as I attend the meetings, Fred sharpens me. And I sharpen Irene. And Neil sharpens you, and you sharpen the other. As we have the input and the going back and forth, we all get sharper. Now, in an evaluation, there are some benefits. Because as a speaker, you give your speech, and then you get immediate feedback. You don't have to wait to hear an email from someone 3 days later or beg someone, what did you think of my speech? You have an evaluator. And that evaluator will give you suggestions to improve and also will encourage you. What did you do right? Now, how many of you have looked in the mirror today? Come on, girls. How many of you looked in the mirror today? Neil, did you? Okay. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah.
Nice, handsome shirt. Must have looked good, right? So, a lot of times, we like to look in the mirror because we want to see, oh, is my hair in place? Am I looking good? Is my lipstick done right? Is it smeared? Okay? But the thing is, a lot of times, how we appear to ourselves in the mirror is not exactly how other people saw us. Now, boy, it's hot in here. You know, in Chinese, they say that a monkey doesn't know that his bottom is red, right? In Chinese, what do we call it? 猴子不知屁股红, right? Now, what does that mean?
Could you say that again, please?
猴子不知屁股红. Okay. You see, a lot of times we are blind to our own faults. I remember so clearly one day I gave a speech at Taipei Metro, and Bill Wei was my evaluator. He said, Lester, do you know that when you're up there, you have so much stuff in your pocket, it looks terrible. And oh my gosh, all these keys, my name cards, oh, a USB cord. He said, take that out of there. You'll look a lot better. And I've always remembered that because I don't see myself up here. And you don't see yourself. So with an evaluation, you have those eyes out there helping you to see when the monkey's bottom is red. In addition, a lot of times we look in the mirror and we think, oh, I did such a great speech. They just loved every bit of it. And we look in the mirror and we see that line when, in effect, we came across like a pussycat, right? So the evaluation, the feedback is very valuable to have us get a better idea of how we're coming across. In addition, there are some of you who have a low self-esteem. Oh, you just look at yourself and all you can see are the wrong things, and actually, because of your self-confidence, you're looking through a distorted mirror. Here's a perfectly beautiful girl, but she sees herself as fat and everything wrong. You look at yourself through a distorted mirror. You're so focused on your shortcomings that you can't see what you did right. We had a gal in Taipei Metro Toastmasters. Her name was Sunny, a shy gal, and she started doing her first 10 speeches. Very nervous, but you know what? She kept on going, and when she got her CC, I loved her final C10 speech. She said, you know, when I first started Toastmasters, I was so hard on myself, even when I was going to school. Anytime I had to do a presentation, I'd be angry for a month, just beating myself up. I should have said that, oh, I forgot to say that. And she just hated doing presentations. But she said, through the process of doing 10 speeches at Taipei Metro, when she got that feedback, people thought she was funny, they liked her PowerPoints, they liked what she said here and there. She started getting her confidence. And at Asia Cement, when the boss would tell her, Sonny, would you do a presentation? No problem. Would you do it in Chinese? Piece of cake. Because she got her confidence. She stopped looking at herself through that distorted mirror because of good feedback and the encouragement she got from the people in the club. So, this is the tell and sell approach. Normally, when we have an evaluation, you'll do the speech, and then you have an assigned evaluator who will get up and talk about what they felt about your speech. Now, the other part is, why should I evaluate? Why should I evaluate? Okay? That's a good question. Well, number one, it helps you become a better listener. Let me tell you, when you're sitting there and you know that within that same meeting, you're going to have to get up there and you're going to have to speak intelligibly about what you just heard, you are concentrating. You are concentrating. And when you exercise that concentration, okay, here's a guy with not much muscle here, it helps you build that concentration muscle. So one day, you're going to be looking like that as an evaluator, sort of like Brian here. Double your brain power. Doing an evaluation helps you to sharpen your brain. You're going to have to think fast. You need to analyze what you just heard, and you need to summarize. Okay? And then you've got to do it in a short time frame. Pressure's on. Yes, yes, yes. But it's good for you. These are skills that will be invaluable to you in your career as you go on through your work at Far Eastern International Bank. And another thing that's a benefit is that when you're doing evaluations, that counts towards your Competent Leader Award. Do you know that at this club, unlike any that I've ever heard of, that you get a money award for getting the Competent Leader Award? How much is it, Fred?
$12,000.
Did it go up already? I thought it was $8,000.
8,000 is the minimum. The highest is 12,000.
Wow. Okay, but for the CL, it's 8,000, right?
Yeah,
Unless you want to sign right now. Okay. $8,000 to get the Competent Leader Award. Do you realize that